What's going on, everyone? It's your favorite host and jealous hater, Apoc, and welcome back to the channel. So today we have Paige. Of course, she's not going to go on camera. She's camera shy. So today we're going to dive into the second episode of Keren and Qua's BAYTS podcast or whatever, where they talk about being parents on YouTube or something like that. Yeah. Right? I don't know. It's super cringy. We want to really start diving into their podcast because we feel as if they're going to eventually delete them because there's some like incriminating in there that goes against a lot of other things that we want to keep in, that we want to make sure that we have on record. So we're trying to capitalize on that real quick. I guess we'll just hop right to it.
Hello everybody and welcome back to BAYTS, the podcast.
Wait, is that already recording?
Yes.
What?
Wait, is it?
Oh yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
These two are just like so unprofessional. It's insane. Keren was talking about how, and she says in like another Instagram story, I think within this podcast, or it says somewhere else, I don't know, but basically saying that she wanted the podcast to be professional, but it's like the most unprofessional ever.
No, theirs is just really bad though. The sound, them just together apart, they're unprofessional. Karen's a Keren. She's not professional.
They wanted it to be professional in this whole thing, but it ended up being a complete flop, and all they did in like every single episode was argue.
Also, you have a whole vlog about your life. I don't think that really matters, but I think somebody was telling them to be a little bit more professional.
Not to mention that their podcast is basically the same things that they talk about on YouTube. There's a couple of different things. There's actually a decent amount of stuff that they don't mention on YouTube because they like to gaslight and manipulate people.
The more recent ones, just about what they had already shared on the blogs. The most recent ones that they had uploaded months ago, those were the subjects they had already talked about on the vlogs, and because they were just, there was nothing.
Right.
They had nothing going on.
Hi guys.
Where the hell is it recording?
Hello, welcome back to...
Why is it recording in the... That's okay. I'll move it later.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash. Welcome back to BAYTS.
And this is what we're talking about, like the cringe stuff, because not funny at all.
No, Qua is
cringy,
annoying as
dude, he is though. He's so annoying.
When he does like this, it's not as much on the vlog, but I can't stand Qua. It's because he's trying too hard.
Yeah, it's true.
That's
it's because he like knows he's not funny, so he tries to be funny. It's like Jessica trying to be like the cool mom, but she's not cool.
No,
you know?
It's sad.
Yeah, it's sad to see these people try so hard on something that they're not like good at, or because he's not funny at all. And we said this before, but Keren and Qua are like two peas in a pod. They're literally meant for each other. No one on earth would ever want to deal with Keren ever. And the same thing applies to Qua. Like nobody would want to deal with him. Like the reason why Keren does is because Qua, you know, does everything she says. And the reason why Qua just deals with Keren has no backbone is because
he has no backbone.
He has no backbone and no one else will have him.
People say that they think that eventually Keren and Qua, even you mentioned it, Keren and Qua would get a divorce one day. I don't believe that. I think unless social media, they were completely gone off of social media.
That's what I'm saying.
Then maybe, but I don't think so. Keren and Qua are meant for each other. I think they're both snakes. I think they're both liars. They're both pathological liars. Keren gets what she needs off of Qua, and the only way it would end is if Qua left. I
do agree that social media, like if social media was gone, then I think that they would. But while they're still here and present on social media, I don't think that they would get a divorce because they want to keep up that facade.
But even without social media, I still think that they are perfect for each other.
I mean, no, I agree.
Not in the way that they're soulmates, they're so cute together, because they're not. No. They have a relationship. They don't know about each other.
Hey, we know another couple that's meant for each other and they're both cringe.
Keren tries to just post about how Qua's are soulmate. They know each other more than anybody. No. He doesn't.
No.
Didn't even know you were pregnant. Didn't even know you were suffering. But
when she was going through that cyst, which we'll eventually get to that podcast,
he didn't even know.
He didn't even know. He didn't know anything about it. Yeah. They don't know anything about each other. They even admitted that they do better without being near each other. Like they thrive being separate. But together, they're lazy. Together. You should be able to thrive with them. Not go, oh, without you, I'm better off. That's the vibe that I was getting.
What is it called again?
Be a YouTuber.
Be a YouTuber is it. A lot of people were like, thought it was badass YouTubers.
Yeah.
Bro, this is their second episode. They created this podcast. God. I know. They don't even know the name of their podcast.
What is it called again? Keren.
They don't even know the name of their podcast.
This is what's annoying though.
Yeah.
They do this. It's annoying.
But they wanted to be professional.
Funny. That's not professional at all.
No, and talk about the be a YouTuber, they said. Bro, you're acting as if being a YouTuber is a bad thing. The pros for them especially outweigh the cons, because without YouTube, they may not even be near what they are now. They even admit in other videos that the acceleration of where they're at is because of YouTube.
Yes.
Bro, without YouTube, they would have never made the money that they made. They would actually have to like apply themselves and work hard. And they don't do that. No, that's what I'm saying. They both don't have that in them to apply themselves and actually work hard and get in that grind. They struggle. No.
I am all about making money and making a life to where you don't have to work that much. I'm all about
Hey man, that's what we're striving for,
But don't come out here and say that you work hard when you don't even have to work that much for a lot of money.
They make a lot of money. And it's a lot of lazy money. Like, they don't really earn it.
And like I said, I'm all for that. You live that life. You try to find that perfect job to where you can barely work and still have fun. I get that. But these people say that they work hard and they just don't. You don't pretend and act like you work hard on YouTube.
No, like it's not just for memories and, you know, have videos up or anything like that to share with friends and family. No, if any other YouTuber tells you otherwise, they're lying to you.
They are lying.
You know, they can love it. They can have passion for it. But they wouldn't be doing it unless they got paid.
And that's why they're not transparent about how much money they actually make, because they know that people will be like, wow.
Well, for the longest time they were hiding it, and they finally admitted it not too long ago.
On the podcast.
Yeah, on the podcast, and we'll get to that eventually as well.
But they were reluctantly mentioning it. They didn't want to. They were kind of pussyfooting around it. And then eventually they're like, yeah, we made like this much. It's still only on the podcast. It's not like they're out on the YouTube channel talking about it.
Oh, we didn't introduce ourselves last time.
Yeah, I'm Keren Swanson.
Hi, I'm Kwa.
We have a YouTube channel, KKandbabyJ.
It reminds me of when they like took a 2-week break and they uploaded that PSA announcement video. They're like, hey guys, Keren and Kwa here. It's like, bro, we know who the you are. What are you talking about? I love it that people like this, they act as if other people are going to like find their podcast, and that's gonna happen, sure, but on the massive scale, like later on, I think they talk about how the good feedback they had and how it did really well, but that's because they already had their foot in the door. You know, they even kind of mentioned that. But this also reminds me of something else, Kick-Ass. It's very telling because when they would ship stuff out, they would have their kids color all over the boxes. I'm like, only a fan of KKandbabyJ would like appreciate that, even though like, because for me, if I was to get a package and it was colored on, I'd be like, what the is this?
Do you think those people kept the boxes?
Probably. Those people, they probably kept the box. They probably got hung up on their fridge. They're like, Jackson did this for me.
Yeah,
you know?
They do. They act like other people are going to listen to their podcast. I'm sorry, no. Maybe if they had been better at it, and maybe if they had uploaded more frequently on it, people would. But people don't take them serious.
That's what I'm saying. They squander everything. They really do. And we'll get into that later.
Okay, so we launched the first episode of BAYTS today.
Yeah, it went really well.
So well.
Yeah.
The feedback is
amazing.
I couldn't be happier. It's almost as if like we first started YouTube and like, I don't know. Well, I feel like we started YouTube kind of slow, you know?
Yeah,
and then,
because when you start YouTube, you start off slow. I mean, because you have to get your base and you have to, you know, keep pushing out videos and you have to grow slowly. That's what happens. The reason why you were able to get good feedback was because you already had your foot in the door. You had Instagram, you had YouTube, and I don't know about TikTok at the time. I don't think so. But they had at least 2 really big platforms to promote the podcast. That's why also they had Kick-Ass for at least a couple years, was because they had their vlog channel to float it. You know what I mean? They had their community. If Keren Swan just started a fitness brand out of nowhere, it would have flopped immediately.
I mean, I think it still could have been successful, but that takes
it would have been. No, yeah, it does take time.
And hard work. But
you have to put in work.
Even with their community, though, it still took time and hard work, and she was not willing to do it.
No, well, that's what you get for only working 1 day a week.
Yeah, if that.
Yeah, everyone else is probably doing the work.
Yep.
We didn't know the full potential of it. I didn't start it thinking, oh, I'm going to be a famous YouTuber.
No one goes in thinking that, but I definitely believe, and I know she said before that she just uploaded because of like she was alone and wanted like a community or whatever, but she was watching Brittany and Baby at the time, and Brittany and Baby showed her paychecks and whatever.
She made a video on it.
She made a video of it. Keren even says so. And that's what Keren was doing. Yeah. She was trying to make money on YouTube, which is fine. Just say it.
I know.
Just
she
say
said
it,
that
bro.
Brittany and Baby inspired her. I'm just like, yeah, it's because of the money.
Yeah.
You watched the video and it was because of the money.
No, it's fine. And they'll say that they didn't know you could do this stuff on YouTube. They thought YouTube was just about cat videos. Yet before Keren was making her channel and making her videos, she was watching Brittany and Baby, not cat videos.
Yeah, I know.
So it's like, I think there's some inconsistencies in your story, dog. You know?
Ew. Oh, get that taste out of my mouth.
Oh God. so cringy because you know damn well, yeah, it's fake. You know damn well though that they love being famous YouTubers.
Yep, they love it.
They love it. They love it.
The attention.
Yeah, they want to act like they don't because they want to be humble and relatable or whatever, but they are far from it. They are the most like showcasey people I've ever seen on this platform.
You're no
Some
different
of the worst.
than other celebrities.
They're upwards of the Ace
don't
family.
Live in real world.
They remind me of the Ace family so much.
Yeah, they're just way smaller.
Yeah, but they still want to throw as many scams as
I
possible.
think that they could have gotten as big as the Ace family.
I thought they were going to because they like were booming up when you
and then
first showed me
after
them.
they got to 1 million, they got past 1 million a little bit. They've been stuck at the same area for years. And,
yeah, well, remember they had almost 3 years of zero growth.
Yeah,
almost 3 years.
Yeah. And some of that was bought.
And then they bought subs.
Yep.
That's what happened. Yep. And I can prove that. We already did.
Oh, but yeah, they got to 1 million, and a little bit afterwards, they stopped vlogging every day. I think if they had kept vlogging every day, they really could have gotten bigger. Also, you know, it wasn't just the vlogging every day. It was the fact that people were saying that they were changing, and not in the way that, oh, they just moved into a bigger house. No, it's because they were changing.
They weren't even changing, though. They were just like...
They were showing who they really are.
The fake it until you make it thing. That's what it was. They were faking it, and then they made it, and then they're like, we're going to do whatever the hell we want. Yep. And then when they showed themselves, when they took their masks off, people were like, whoa, you know?
And it's gotten even more
and they go online and cry about it, but maybe y'all shouldn't be greedy
maybe don't
people.
Be a dick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but I never did it thinking that, you know? Like,
yeah, but it feels different now because, like, right now since we kind of already have an audience, sorry, I'm still coughing, but we have like instant feedback.
He said kind of already having an audience.
No, you have
Bro, you have a huge audience, apparently. I mean, you have hundreds of thousands of people, probably roughly 1 million together on Instagram, and then you have apparently over 1 million on YouTube. I mean, they don't watch you. I mean, it's hard for you guys to even get like 75K now, but still, like, you guys will always get instant feedback.
Yeah, so much of it. Whereas, like, you know, when we first started off YouTube, it's
slow,
like
and then
2 or 3 people,
and you
loyal
kinda,
people.
Yeah.
So why were they paying attention to their growth on YouTube? I thought Keren was just doing it to, you know, get a couple people to build maybe a small community, but it seems like they're aware that their growth on YouTube was slow. It seems like they were kind of keeping tabs on their growth and their analytics and their numbers, even though they say they don't do that stuff.
Oh, we know.
Yeah, we know, bro. So obvious.
Like,
always is,
you remember Katie Strange?
You? Yeah.
Yeah, I still follow her on Instagram.
Really?
Yeah, I like stalking her, seeing what she's up to every now and then.
Every time I go and look at flashbacks, I read the old comments of like people who first started watching us, and those people are amazing. They're literally the people who kept us going.
They are. They're who made us who we are today.
That's not a flex, though.
Yeah,
like,
and a lot of them don't even watch you anymore.
Yeah, the one person that was their biggest fan page, which was Karen's Closet, doesn't even upload anymore. She hasn't uploaded since like late 2021. And I guarantee it's not because life got it away. You know what I mean? Nah, it didn't. No. They saw the change and they don't like KKandbabyJ anymore. A lot of people don't.
I mean, I was watching them around like 2017. I started watching them around that time, give or take, maybe 2016, 2017, and I really, really liked them. No,
you did. I remember when that's when we first met, 2016, and then like roughly around that time, towards 2017, you started showing me them. I was like, whoa, people make money online?
I know.
I didn't even think of like child exploitation or anything like that. I was just like, they vlog their life. I was super confused because at the time I just worked at a store and I did a gym grind. That's it. That's all I knew. And I never really paid attention to YouTube. Like these last couple of years is like the most I've ever watched YouTube.
Yeah, I would watch KBaby too, and that's who you wanted to make a video.
Bro, the first people was KBaby. Red flags everywhere.
Yep.
And that was around the time where like Kira was begging for like a ring and some pretty bad red flags.
And Keren and Kwa, I stopped watching them for fun. 2019 maybe. I think around the time like before they got married, and Keren said, well, there was little things here and there, but it was mostly this point on. Keren said that she spent $13,000 on wedding dresses. And I was like, wow, really? Like, I mean, it's fine, but I was just like, wow.
But that comes from people who apparently have been relatable for a long time.
Yeah.
Like, and that's more than some people's weddings.
Like I said, that's fine, but like, it was just shocking to me because that wasn't why I watched
It was one of her first times showing that off. Like, showing what she likes.
Yeah. When Kwa first got the GTR, he had it for a little while, and then he eventually talked about it for like a little bit on the vlog and mentioned that he didn't really want to show it. And I was like, oh, that's nice. That's good. I think that's great.
Yeah.
And then it just they started doing things more and more.
Yeah, well, I remember that where he said that he didn't want to show the GTR because that's just like a personal goal.
He said it about the Porsche too.
But here's the thing, is that their entire like shtick is that they want to show off their material possessions so that it can motivate you to do it. I mean, that was their first episode. That's what the first episode was about, was to motivate others. That's why they showcase it. That's what they said. They showcase things to motivate their audience and other people to go out and work and get those things as well.
A lot of their following doesn't want that.
No, I know.
They wanted to see these people who were relatable, who lived in this house with this big backyard, and even having a fancy car, that wasn't the problem. It was just like they just wanted it to be more relatable.
Yeah.
And you have normal people watching you who don't probably make that. Well, some people make some money, but they're just like stay-at-home moms or something like that.
Yeah, and Keren and Kwa are so greedy and materialistic. They believe everyone else around them is like that, so they think everybody else wants their goals. You know, people will say like, "Oh, you guys are just jealous."
You would have to have something to be jealous of.
Right? What, their cars they had to return? Or their
exactly.
financial debt? Or like I said, being sued?
Dude, you had to worry about where your kids were gonna sleep.
Yeah, apparently.
I don't feel jealous of that.
Yeah, see, but so right now it's so different. It's like the feeling we have whenever like 2 or 3 people always say, "Yeah, keep it going," but now there's so many people that are just like giving us positive feedback.
Yeah, they're up your.
Yeah, I know. They're called stands. They're called goons.
They're only giving you positive feedback. They're not giving you critical comments.
Yeah, like criticism or anything. When you mess up, no, they're going to be up your ass. You guys do this whole thing about like uplifting each other and like motivating each other. But the only like pros go to you guys. You guys have literally done nothing for your community.
Oh, no, they help people get through their day.
Yeah, they help people get through their day.
I'm sorry. If a video about another person's life helps you get through the day, I just like, you need to focus on your life and be like, hey, what can I change to fix my life? Because if I'm having to watch other people's lives to make myself happy, you really need to start looking at
exactly. And by the way, remember you mentioned that before. I remember some people got mad that you said that.
No, people got mad because I said that people who live for these people's vlogs are pathetic.
Well, it's the same thing.
And donate their money and live for these people. Like, I think that's pathetic.
Well, there's a difference in like entertainment and watching things as a like a hobby or even in enjoying it, right? There's a lot of people who watch Ninja. You know, he's a video, he's a Fortnite streamer or was or whatever, right? There's a lot of people who watch him. He's entertaining to them, and like other people can see that with Keren and Kwa. Okay, that's fine. The problem is when you live for these people and you donate your hard-earned money to millionaires. And I'm not talking about
merch. I mean, it kind of is, but not really. Like, I don't care about merch. It's when people straight up give them money. They're giving them money. They give these people money.
Their hard-earned money.
Yes.
Or their parents' money.
Or they send them stuff. They send their kids toys, or they send them stuff. I'm just like, I don't get it. If you're like a small business and you want to send it to Keren and you want to get some advertisement, okay, that makes sense. But these people will give them stuff. It's just like, these people can afford it.
Do I think it's wrong to send people stuff? No, not really. But it is kind of weird that you want to send millionaires. These people buy $200,000 sports cars and live in a $2.3 million lake home. They have $120,000.
They lived at the lake house, so they still lived in a beautiful house.
They have $120,000 boat. They have everything they want and more. And you're sending them stuff. Stop sending rich people money, or stop giving rich people money. Stop donating to them, and stop sending them free that they don't give a about.
These people have already made their lives fine. Make yours better.
If it's like something small and it's not putting you out, that's okay. But if it puts you out and you're donating to somebody, Ninja was talking about buying an island, bro, and there's people donating money to him.
There's people giving him money. That's what I mean. It's like, these people have enough.
This is like the whole essence of my channel, is to call out these liars and manipulators and stop, comparing yourselves to them and stop like living through them or living for them. Like, screw them, bro. These people exploit their children and they manipulate people, and they're basically thieving, man.
And then, of course, there's a like 0.1% of negativity.
See, back then when we first started, we didn't have any hate.
No hate, because nobody hates on. People only hate when there's success involved.
Right, yeah, exactly.
So, that's just life, though.
That's just life, though.
Keren does it to people, but that's just...
What's success, dude? Just because you get a lot of money doesn't mean you're successful. What do you have to show for it now? Because if you look at it, Kwa doesn't do real estate ever. Keren's Kick-Ass flopped. All of Kwa's business ventures have completely flopped. The only thing that they do is brand deals, sponsorships, and they throw an occasional vlog out every couple of weeks.
They still make a lot of money, but they measure success as having money.
Yeah, exactly.
You guys have a relationship, so yes, in my mind, you guys aren't successful. If you have a relationship because you do. Don't tell me they don't. Or regardless of Karen, if Karen really had miscarriages, she didn't have miscarriages, what Kwa said to her about how, well, if we're not having one now, we're not having one at all.
Yeah,
and you can't tell me that's a healthy relationship. That's a really unhealthy relationship. Even if she did miscarry or she didn't miscarry, that's still up on, oh, well, for one, that's either proving that she lied, or two, it's really up.
Yeah, you have two choices. Either Kwa's a piece of or they're lying.
Yeah.
You know? Or hey, both.
And
but if I said it to you though, bro, your heart would be broken. Success is like what you can show today. Like what you have to show for your success. Because you can collect all this money, but then you keep having to return cars, you put yourself into financial debts.
They had to get an investor to invest in the house because they couldn't afford it on their own. How is that successful?
It's not.
I'm not saying that you're not successful because you can't afford the house, because that's just life. You know, a lot of people can't afford the houses they want. I'm saying that you're unsuccessful because you made it seem like you were successful because you bought that $2.3 million house, and you hid the fact that you had a investor for it because you couldn't afford to do it on your own. Success is not being a millionaire and then having to worry about where your kids are going to sleep because you were too stupid with your money.
These people only attribute success to wealth, but you can be successful in other areas. Like if you want to, get really fit and really jacked and you're going to the gym every day, you're disciplining yourself, you're eating clean, and then your body transforms and it showcases that. That's success. And you didn't even earn a dime. In fact, you put out money. Success is putting out money. And it's also, you can also be successful having money, of course. Yeah. But putting out money is also success.
You know, Radiant Keren? She got hate on her video.
What?
Yep.
What?
Yep.
There's literally nothing but positivity about her.
A young girl on YouTube talking about people she looks up to, and people go on there and leave her hate comments.
Yes, because look at who she's looking up to.
Yes.
So there's nothing on the little girl. You can't blame her for being manipulated by adults. You know what I mean? Like, that's not her fault. Hate her way? No, of course not. She's a child. Don't. But look at the idols here. You know what I mean? Her idols are Keren and Kwa. There's people out there who look up to Keren and Kwa, which is horrible because they are just the worst examples ever. Because one day Keren will be like, stay in your light, guys. Let's lift each other up. And then the next, she's emasculating her husband on camera. So that's why people say that.
Yeah.
Wait, like, what did they? What? I don't
like,
understand.
Find new people to look up to. Like, just like hating on her, like, wow, you need help. Like, I don't remember exactly.
Oh, like mad at her because she liked us?
I mean, I get the wow, you need help. Like, that is unnecessary.
Yeah.
But the whole find new people to look up to, that's not a hate comment.
To be fair, though, if you do look up to Keren and Kwa, seek help.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just think people are young and naive and they just don't
of course. That's what it just comes down to.
Yeah, like they wanted her to like look up to other people. And
wow, they're so mad at her.
I know.
Passionate about people that she loves.
Maybe she should focus on actual passions instead of having a passion for you guys.
Yeah. Her passion for loving you guys is not anything that's going to bring her success.
I love it though, because Kwa will say stuff like this, like, oh, she's just passionate about being our stan. But like when it comes to me and I'm getting a following, I'm getting a community, I'm making money. He's like, this guy is a hateful B word. Yeah. He's pathetic. And that's because he has never constructed anything in his life. Yeah, this white guy. Oh, God.
Don't get mad just because you lost sponsorship. We weren't going to say anything about that.
No, we didn't. And then, he had to bring me up.
It's not like everyone needs to look up to me and I'm the most amazing role model ever. But we have created such a community to where people can meet each other and become friends through it.
They're like literally the worst role models ever.
We all have the same interests, That's how everything starts out. You find people, like-minded people like you, and you think of an idea to help each other out.
What idea are they coming up with?
Yeah, what idea? I mean,
liking you guys?
He means he wants to crowdsource ideas for the podcast. Because how many times do they go on their Instagram?
God.
So many times.
Ridiculous how many times he has gone on his Instagram or on the BAYTS podcast Instagram or whatever. Give me topics, guys. Not once do they ever do any of those topics.
No, not once.
Or they just don't get any. Yeah,
well, they might get one from one crazy fan.
It's just sad because there was this mom on there who's 24 with I was reading. Anyway, I was stupid. 24, she's like, or I guess Gracie was like, get a life. And then this girl's like, I have a life, I have a son, and I have a house, and I'm only 24. Then why are you on here talking to a 15-year-old?
For one, why are you digging into people's personal lives? Why do you have an opinion on people's personal lives? You are a mom of 4, and you still go and stalk people.
This is coming from Keren, who weaponized her community and sent them after somebody who made a mean comment. Yeah, no one's allowed to get mad at Keren. It's justified because she said something mean to Keren. You know, let's also not forget that when somebody called Keren out for false advertisement on Kick-Ass, Keren got so upset, she stalked her, found out who she was, contacted her friends and family on Facebook, and then even called her work to try to get her fired.
But it just so happened that it was her family members.
Yeah, she was like, she worked for her family or whatever. So I talked to a girl, she did that too, and they just said they had a good old laugh. Yeah, they had a good old laugh at Keren.
Because Keren thinks she's that important. She really does.
Yeah, she thinks she's that entitled, that important, that she has any sort of say in anything, or that her words matter. No, they literally mean nothing.
Also, Keren, get the out of people's lives.
Yeah, seriously. You care about privacy so much,
you
right?
need to keep that same energy for yourself.
Right? The difference is those people don't put their lives online.
And she
dug
goes
into
and
it.
Digs for it. Yeah, exactly. Everything that we find on them or talk about on them,
everything they posted. Yeah,
everything that's public.
That's what I'm saying. When their stands go, well, stop digging into people's lives. You're obsessed. And I'm like, I'm not digging into their lives. I just went to the channel and clicked a couple times.
But then I think it's okay for people to dig into ours or comment on our personal life.
Yep.
Just to be on the internet, you literally have to be miserable. You know, I used to be one of those people.
Wait, our life is horrible?
Apparently.
Oh, man.
We're told.
News to me.
We're told that we're still grieving our son, which, duh. That's like a forever thing.
Yeah, you always.
I'm not taking that shit out on anybody else.
Right?
I was a loser. Yeah. Remember? And I used to start arguments for no reason.
Because you liked, like, the bickering.
After he gained YouTube fame and money, he still has admitted before to trolling people online and saying that only losers troll. But then he literally trolled. Oh, it's in the first episode. It was just in the previous episode. Why? I thought you had to be a loser to troll people or miserable. Or you could just be fucking with people because it's fun.
He did it with the Audi, but then he did it with the Porsche too. He was trolling people in the comments, and it's like, that means you're unhappy.
So what you're saying is that he's still a pathetic loser. This annoys me. What he's saying is that because he was unhappy and his actions and him taking things out on people, that means whenever somebody talks about him or there's any negativity, that person must be a hateful, jealous B-word like he was. Even though we could be calling out really problematic things, he's literally just admitted because he was unhappy, he went online and trolled people to make them mad. About cars. Yeah. I'm just doing this to make money. I literally have said this. And you obviously
expose it. There's truth in the exposure of these people.
Yeah, exactly.
You do it to make money, but you're not going to do it for free.
Well, exactly. And that's why whenever they address people who hate on them, they only address like comments and they never address me. You know, he called me a pathetic white guy one time, but he never showcased what I said, and they never want to bring people my way. Why?
They all do that.
Because if he sent people my way, it would expose them. They don't want people seeing the truth.
Yeah, I mean, look at Keren when she made her whole crying video. Literally monetized your channel.
I feel bad for bringing those people upon her because she's the sweetest girl ever.
Yeah, she's so positive. I literally, we've met her at Playlist Live.
I know.
Wow,
Ugh.
that's crazy.
Ugh.
That just goes with being a YouTuber, you know, or being on Instagram or anything like that.
Acting as if you're any better.
You're not better, Keren. You literally call people out on your comments all the and you're just rude. You're a rude.
She's really bad, and it's so funny when they want to act holier than thou, coming up on their high horse and all that stuff. But dude, they are the worst of the worst.
Literally says to somebody, if you decide to be rude, I'm going to contact your employers, your family members, your
tell me you're a psychopath.
Yeah, tell me you're a psychopath.
Yeah, that's staying in your life.
She also spreads false information about people too. She did that about that chick she stalked.
Yep, that's what she does. Keren had to literally be stopped by someone, by Qua or someone else, to stop being a Keren online because it was hurting her image. Yep. That's literally one of the things claimed against her in the lawsuit. It's all alleged, of course.
But we have the proof of it.
We have the proof that she acts out and all that. So, duh.
Next subject. Okay. I'm getting heated.
I know. I want to talk about where I started, if you don't mind.
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Okay.
Let's
talk about after Sutton.
After Sutton?
Yeah.
That's like now.
I know, but this is where like my life has actually begun.
You know, because raising babies and giving people life is just
so horrible.
You're stunted.
Yeah. Your life doesn't start when you create a family. No, it starts after.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
So you can get your body
now,
back.
of course, you know, we know that obviously women want to be more than just a mom and they want something else outside of parenthood. Understandable, but that's not what she's saying.
But your life is halted.
Her life is so free and better than so many other people.
That's what I'm saying. None of this stuff applies to Keren because her having babies is what gave her the life she has now. That is the only reason you have the life you have now.
Yeah, hence why she's about to go on this whole rant about how she wants to be more than just a mom and create businesses for the kids because of A, B, and C. But if you look at the situation, because this is early 2019, but if you look at that from 2019 to now in 2022, everything around them has failed and tanked. Kick-Ass is gone, Cape Towel's gone, all the other businesses are gone, aside from real estate when Qua wants to just randomly do it. But the point is everything that they've done has tanked. Even their channel now is tanking. It's already there. They can make a lot of money on it still, but it's not what it was. But from 2019 to now, all of the stuff that she's about to say was all it's gone.
It's been gone for like a year.
And look where she is now. She was just pregnant and she has a baby. So she went from I want to be more than just a mom to being a mom again. Go figure. Wonder if she's going to have anything to show her other kid.
They had to make that money.
Yeah.
They had to get money back.
Yeah, got to get that money for the lawsuit.
Well, they had to pay off the house.
For the past 3, 4, 5, however many years.
You've been pregnant.
I've been pregnant.
Whenever these vloggers say things like this, they act as if they are forced to have babies when it was their choice and they did it to exploit them and make money.
I'm sorry, I'm not going to feel bad for you for having so many kids so close
together.
And
like you said, is that their kids gave them everything they have now. Yes. Because what did they do outside of vlogging to make money that would give them all this stuff? Nothing.
Unless she's pregnant and they have a new baby, and unless they have some good clickbait with the kids, they get no views. People aren't watching them for them. People are watching them for the kids, for new babies.
I've been pregnant or breastfeeding or thinking about being pregnant again. that was my life.
Nobody forced you to do that.
Yeah, you literally chose to do it to clickbait and exploit your kids.
Yes.
Yeah, you did it. And you did it for money. You did it for your financial freedom. You did it so that you didn't have to be a regular mom. And it's so cringy that she wants to compare herself to regular women, regular moms, regular hardworking moms, especially because exactly. That's the thing too, is like we're in a situation right now that we're not going to squander our opportunity because we know it's not going to be here forever. We're applying our hard work now so that when the opportunity is gone, we're ready to go and already comfortable. You know, we have major plans in the works and we're not going to be like Keren and Qua and just waste all this money.
And now that you spent all those years creating our family, building it up, raising them, we still are raising them, but now we're at the point where we're not creating anymore. We're just sustaining. We're living life with them.
She created a new life. She became a new mother again and has nothing to show for it.
Because she squandered away all of their money.
Yeah.
Both of them. They both squandered away all their money.
On what? Material possessions.
Yep. So that's why they had to pop out another baby. Yep. You can't tell me otherwise.
I don't have to think about creating another one and adding to our family, and now I can think about creating myself.
Literally created another one. Literally. And creating herself. Keren has nothing to show for it. Like, okay, you have your Instagram and you have your YouTube channel. What outside your basket? Because you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. Outside your basket, what do you have?
The best things that you can do in life is having children, raising them.
Yeah.
I know that it can be difficult.
Of course.
But
it is one of the most important because that's kids are our future.
Yes.
You know what I mean? They are the future. They're going to keep everything going eventually.
Is the most important part. The most important job you can have.
No, absolutely. I agree with that.
People are mad that I'm not
that you're self-confident. They don't want you to be self-confident.
I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's self-confident or what, but it's just like they're mad that I'm not just a mom.
Qua's so cringy. He doesn't even know what the hell he's talking about. No, self-confidence? What?
No. There are some people who are mad when moms do start doing something else. But for most of Jackson being a baby, Keren was never just by herself.
No.
Being a mom by herself. They had a nanny.
Multiple nannies.
Well, now they have multiple nannies, but we're saying back then when they just had Taylor as their nanny, because don't forget, guys, Taylor was their nanny. She wasn't just hanging out with Keren for fun. She was getting paid. They had a nanny. They had a nanny. They had, you know, a bunch of people who could watch their kids for them, and 2 stay-at-home parents. That's what pisses me off about Keren acting as if she like is like a normal stay-at-home mom or whatever it is.
Not comparable.
Because you're not.
Nope.
Just like Kira when she acts like, I want to be more than just a mom. But you have that. You have the chance to go and do things and have your own life outside of being a mom. You do have that. Stop acting like you don't. You have nannies.
In their household, they also have 2 stay-at-home parents.
Not equating for Qua being a stay-at-home dad.
No. Maybe he's working all day.
No, he's not.
Bro. They vlogged for 3 years straight, and at the time they weren't doing too many sponsorships. They didn't start doing it until late 2019, 2020-ish, where they really start pumping out those brandles and stuff. Yeah. But they were just vlogging every day, 3 years straight. They admit this, and that's all they were doing. Vlogging only takes X amount of time, not very long, and then editing is maybe a couple hours.
And then he would get paid on Twitch too.
Yeah, so Qua was there. He was there to watch his kids. He did watch his kids. Keren was taking naps all day, dude.
This whole thing, and I don't know if it was on the podcast or whatever the was, and it pissed me off because he was saying how like, oh, he couldn't put his kids to bed. That was your choice, dude.
Yeah, dude, you have all the time in the world.
Your choice.
Yeah, he has all
your
the time
kids go to bed at what, 7:30? What are you doing? Because you don't start editing until the middle of the night.
He would also act as if he would be up all day long and all night working on vlogs. All he was doing was he was playing Fortnite and editing at the same time. That's why the editing was so damn long, was because he was actively playing video games and trying to edit at the same time. Which, by the way, when you're playing video games and doing it, I've done it before, it takes forever to get it done because you're focused majority of your time on the game. Yeah, if you're spending an hour gaming and you're editing at the same time, guarantee you maybe 10 to 15 minutes of that will be editing. The rest is you playing. And you can, it takes a long time to do that. But he acted as if he was staying up till 2, 3 a.m. in the morning after being up all day and working. No, dude. Their regular schedule for a while was like they would post like 4 p.m. their time, which means they didn't start in the morning and they didn't start at lunchtime. They would just wait until dinner and then they would finally post something. Every time they entered their vlogs, it would always be the next day in the morning.
Yeah,
so which means they couldn't even finish the vlog. It wasn't because they were busy. It was because they were probably partying.
Yeah,
like just a mom. I wish you could see my quotations. Just a mom. I'm like putting them closer to the mic, trying to make sure they can see this.
Well, there's Keren being Keren.
Women are always talking about empowering other women, and I agree with that. I feel like that should be the most like popular thing ever.
If you're not having one now, you're not having one at all. You know, you just had miscarriages and your body won't let you sustain a pregnancy. But if you're not having one now, you're not having one at all. Shut the up about empowering women. Hey,
Qua, why aren't you keeping that same energy for when Keren does not empower other women on her platform and she calls them derogatory terms and calls them a and sends other women after them?
Is it empowering to go on a live and talk about another woman? Instigate someone trying to talk about a woman? Cause a joke.
Supporters, like everyone's supporting each other. But it's so weird whenever there's other moms out there who see another mom going above and beyond trying to, you know, start a business.
Okay. Keren wasn't going above and beyond. For one, there were multiple partners who did majority of the work while Keren was just picking out colors.
While raising a family, saying, you hate your kids, you don't support your kids, and just like things like that. It's so weird. It's I do love my kids. My kids are happy, they're healthy, and I'm trying to create a business to go even above and beyond that.
Yet again, all your businesses have completely failed and tanked, and now you went back to square one, going back to the basics, as Qua would say, which is having a baby, popping out another baby, and his middle name is Cash. So hey,
the difference between the mom working every day at a 9-to-5 job to take care of her kids, has a daycare for their kids to be in, versus a mom working every day, half from home, half from an office that she provided for herself.
That's not you, though. You've always been a stay-at-home mom with people to watch your kids.
Yeah, exactly. She didn't even provide it for herself. Her kids actually provided it for her.
She never did half work, half home. No, never did that.
No, she never did that.
Most of it was home, and even then, people were watching her kids for her.
Those moms are actually working and grinding while you can just sleep all day and have other people watch your kid and then go to a 20-minute meeting every Tuesday, which is what she did.
Yeah, you didn't do half home, half at work.
No.
Lie.
She didn't do that. Not. Nope.
Because otherwise, Kick-Ass would have been more successful.
Yep, wouldn't have to dissolve it, man.
The work environment was so toxic, yet they're the ones getting sued.
Yeah, exactly. For apparently being really, really toxic. Allegedly, that's the case. She just wants to call it toxic work environment so that she doesn't have to admit that she's a failure.
Right.
What's the difference?
Yeah,
I'm working for my kids.
Right. The reason why we work.
They're mad because I'm not with my kids 24/7.
Yeah,
but if I was, who's gonna make money to take care of them?
Qua. Qua. He does everything else.
You are aware that you're not a single parent, right?
Right. So who was watching the kids while Qua went out and did real estate?
Yeah, I know.
It was Keren, right?
Yeah.
And maybe a couple nannies. But who was doing that? It was Keren, apparently, while Qua went out and made the money.
Qua also apparently didn't have anything to kick-ass, so yeah, I assume that Qua would be watching the kids while you went to kick-ass. Who else would do it? You're not a single mother.
She even said that she didn't make any money.
She only made back what she put in.
Yeah, she didn't make any money. She admits to it, and then she has to dissolve it.
Of course, it's like a backwards thinking.
No, see,
like they think men are supposed to do that.
There are some women who are very comfortable with being in the motherly role and rather be a housewife than go out and work. Absolutely, and that's okay.
Women do both.
But it's not because they think men should do it. Not saying there isn't people who think that, but they would much rather make sandwiches and watch kids and clean than go out and work a 40-hour work week.
In this case, Qua did most of the work.
Yeah.
For their channel.
Yeah.
Which was their biggest income.
Yeah.
If you want to say that it was real estate too, okay, Qua still did that too.
Yeah.
Even though he didn't do that. Qua wasn't doing real estate full time. They didn't make most of their money on real estate. No.
So like I said, look at now in 2022, what does Keren have to show for her so-called hard work?
Exactly.
Nothing. She just had another baby because she lacked in everywhere else. So she had another baby to make up that money. So that's where it came in. That's where her work is. And I know being pregnant is hard and being a mom is hard, but it's a different kind of work compared to like a job. I'm not saying one's more important than the other.
Well, also
both play off each other.
Is not, again, she's not a normal mom.
No, and they don't live in a normal household because they're both stay-at-home parents.
Yes.
Where we are right now, since you know we have a paid-off house, paid-off cars, all this stuff, what we should do is only go to work to make enough to live and then spend the rest of our time with the kids.
This is what I was talking about. It seems like what he's saying is that he doesn't want to be the one to only make enough money to get by and then spend the rest of the time with the kids. Like he wants to work more. That's what it sounds like.
On YouTube, if she was not doing kick-ass, you would be doing more than just getting by, Mr. $2,000 a day.
Right.
What the are you talking about?
He's just saying, comparing that to other people. And then he goes on here in a minute as well, saying those same things, that he doesn't want to be that person who gets by acting like it's a choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he's just like, work harder, guys, even though he was only, you know, vlogging an hour and then maybe, you know, 3 hours a day he was editing. And the rest of the time was partying and having fun.
Yeah.
But right now we're young. This is why we had kids so young. So we have the energy.
No, you had kids young to exploit them. Maybe not Jackson, but you had kids to exploit them.
But Keren didn't have the energy to make her business successful. You guys had kids young and she still didn't.
And the opportunity to do even more, you know? Like, of course we can just live and get by now, but who wants to just get by? We want to build businesses, make opportunities.
I want to have businesses made for my kids.
Yeah, so when the kids come of age, they can learn what we did and just maybe...
And they can take it over.
You really don't care about your kids, do you, Keren?
If we're applying the situation now, you definitely don't care about your kids because what do they have?
You let the business fail that you wanted to give to your kids. You let it fail.
Yeah. And all the other businesses too. And then on top of that, they're letting the KKandbabyJ name, the channel, tank. What are you going to give all four of your kids? Your Instagram? Like,
they're going to spoil them.
That's going to be the last source of money for them is Instagram, brand deals, and sponsorships.
Right now.
That's what you're going to give to them. You see, here's the thing. Those sponsorships and brand deals that you are getting now are eventually going to go away.
Yeah, especially with the way they spend their money.
Yeah, but not just that. It's like after the KKandbabyJ name dies and things change, brands are going to be like, why would we sponsor you? You can't even get 10K, you know?
Yeah.
Or sell that shit, build their own dream.
Yeah, do something, but we don't want to teach our kids to just get by.
No.
We want to teach our kids, make the opportunity for yourself.
This comes from somebody who apparently didn't have that opportunity, who was poor, who was living in poverty most of his life, apparently. Yeah.
So wait, were they viewing YouTube as an opportunity?
I guess.
That's what it sounds like, because the reason why they're in their position at all right now and throughout the years has been because of YouTube.
You know, he's acting as if it's a choice.
Yeah, that's like,
that everybody gets these opportunities. Not everybody gets these opportunities.
No, the position we're in now.
He got that opportunity only because they were living with Keren's mom, so they didn't have to pay full rent. You guys got lucky.
Like if I didn't meet you, I probably would have never been doing this because I wouldn't even known. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I probably would have just kept on doing what I was doing. Not that I wouldn't be making more money because I was working at a farm. I was making a ton of money, like a ton of money. but I would have never been here doing this now.
Yeah.
And the position we're in is another opportunity that we're not going to squander. So yes, you do want to capitalize on your opportunities that most people don't get.
But their kids are going to get the opportunities that people don't get. We're not going to teach our kids not to whatever. What was it?
We're not going to teach our kids just to get by.
Some people don't have that choice. Some people that's just life for them. This is coming from somebody who's living in poverty at one point.
Yeah.
So did your parents teach you that you could just get by?
That's what it sounds like. But apparently they had a big home and they had money. So
but they didn't.
So they didn't really teach you to get by because they were actually working hard. The mom had the restaurant. The dad had whatever he was doing. They had money. So they weren't teaching him to just get by. But he acts as if that's what they were doing.
Yeah, I know.
And he says he doesn't want to teach his kids the same thing. But the kids aren't going to have that because when the kids get older and they have access to be able to make money or the capability of making money, and if you're still here, like you guys have a community, you guys can hop on any new platform and make money.
Yeah.
Your kids will most likely have that too, unless things really change. But if they don't, then your kids will have that opportunity.
Their kids are going to be greedy.
But they'll say like, oh, they worked hard for it. No, they were spoiled their entire lives and they were handed something, which look,
that's fine.
You know, that's fine. But the reality of it is that it's not hard work. They didn't work hard to get there.
You see an opportunity, you grab it, you take it. And right now, that's just what we have. We have an opportunity right now with YouTube, with this podcast, with Instagram, with real estate in the future, just all our business and stuff. We're so young. We have so much energy. Kick ass, Cape Town.
Oh my God.
Yeah. So all of those things flopped. Everything just listed off. Opportunities flopped.
You said you wanted to take advantage of those opportunities. Yeah. Okay. You barely upload on YouTube. You only upload sponsorships on Instagram.
KKaz is gone. Cape Town's gone.
Yeah, exactly.
This podcast has flopped.
This
really
is flopped.
bad.
You aren't taking the opportunity and making something of it.
No.
You're letting it all flop.
You know why? Because these two have never worked a real hard day's work.
Claw is all talk.
I mean, come on. His idol is like Gary Vee, the guy who made so much money and talks about his rags to riches story, but apparently was handed like a $3 million business.
Yeah. I'll give him this. Claw recently on his Instagram posted a picture of their old office, which was in like a closet, and then their new office. It's like that's a come up, right? Yeah. I'll give you that. That's a good come up.
Yeah.
But you've done that just by exploiting your kids and being greedy as and taking any sponsorship when you have to read off the bottles for them. You don't like. Dude,
my guy's out here getting sponsored by tuna companies.
I know.
They don't even eat tuna. Action figures, Gatorade, Kool-Aid. Like, come on, man. Like, it's so obvious that they're just money hungry and taking any sponsorship that they can grab.
But you're wasting away the things that could be really good, like kick-ass.
All this stuff. Everything. We just want to do everything we can while we have the opportunity.
Squandered it all.
Again, you don't though.
Yeah, you don't.
You know, I read in the comments last night. I was trying to look for a flashback. It was a comment from 2016 that said, "Kawhi's not scared of work." I'm so impressed. And other young men need to take notes.
Yeah, no, don't take notes from Kawhi because they talk a big game, but when it comes to actually showing the hard work, they don't show anything. They literally document their life, but don't show anything. When Keren said she was working out on the grind, went to the gym every day, barely saw it, and was only in the beginning within a couple months when she wanted to fit into her wedding dress, and then after that, you never saw it ever again. And then you may have saw it once or twice on her Instagram of her on a treadmill, but you never see her changing her lifestyle, even though she claimed she did.
And then I was like, that's so sweet of her. Like, I hope I replied. And then so I opened the thing, and then I said back to her, I said back to her, I love working so much because I know there's other people out there who don't have the opportunity to.
The hell does it even mean, man? He works so much because other people don't have the opportunity to?
Not because he grew up in poverty and he just wants to make sure his children have a better life than he did, but because other people don't have the opportunity.
Yeah, because of other people who can't work. He works hard for them, but they don't receive any of the benefits. Yeah, not your family, not because you don't want to go back into living on poverty.
He does this whole thing where he wants to act like he's helping people.
Yeah.
Not helping people because you can work when other people can't. You can do stuff that you can make a bunch of money when other people can't. No, you're making it for yourself and your family and your children.
That's like him saying that he walks around because there's people in wheelchairs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like literally the same idea.
Yeah.
It's the same concept. It makes no sense. No, you work because you want money. That's just what it comes down to. Because those people that you're apparently working for, because they don't have the opportunity to work, receive no benefits from your so-called work.
There are literally people out there who are just born either with a disability, unhealthy, or something happens to them where they're not allowed to go to work every single day. They have to be provided for.
It's not that they're not allowed. It's that they literally can't because they have a disability. This kind of kills off the argument that he just misspoke before, because you can go, oh, well, maybe he meant that he doesn't want to squander his opportunities because a lot of people don't get opportunities like we talking about, right? Okay, fine. This doubles down on what he said, and this completely debunks that, because now he's really just saying that he works because there's disabled people or people with conditions out there who can't work, so he works because of that, which makes no sense, because those people have no effect on your life. No, you need to work for survival.
It's not like he's helping those people.
And it's not like he's helping those people. That money doesn't go to any charities, any foundations. And by the way, people with disabilities or conditions or whatever else are literally online making money right now.
Some are making more money than them.
There's a lot of them on TikTok who are doing great. They're thriving. YouTube, Instagram, TikTok are making these people thrive. So what the hell is he talking about, man? This is him trying to act like he's humble, that he's kind-hearted. It makes no sense. You do not work for these people because they can't.
That you do it for other people. You do it for yourself.
Hence why that you guys bought a $2.3 million mansion, all these sports cars and all this and all that, and literally put no money towards anything else, not even your own children.
You put your children at risk for losing their home.
Yeah, literally. Job. Right? He did it for other people. He did it for the people who are in wheelchairs, the people who have to use crutches.
Yeah. People who can't drive a Porsche.
He drives Porsches because there's people out there who can't drive Porsches.
Yeah.
God, man. Holy
I'm so glad I replied to that person.
Yeah.
And I can't believe
it struck your mind then.
A few years ago said that.
Yeah.
Like, not to do my own harm, but to I'm so proud of myself for saying that.
It struck you now, like seeing it, so it had to have struck you back then too.
He really thought he ate with that. Like, he thought he ate. That him saying that he works for people with disabilities, but they don't benefit anything from his work. He really thought that was something. Even though all his money goes to material possessions and not anybody with said disabilities, you know, or bring awareness to disabilities or anything like that. No. He can put fundraisers on his videos, on his vlogs, where people can donate money to said people. No, instead they'll go live and they'll collect their donations and super chats.
Exactly. Like, you don't say, I have to go to work now. You say, I get to go to work now.
Yeah.
But apparently, Kick-Ass was a toxic work environment, you know?
Yeah.
I know this was early Kick-Ass days.
They said that on that video that they loved going to work because, I don't know, being able to work with people that you enjoy working with, something like that.
I don't know. They have so many excuses as to why they work. So, but it seems like the one thing he doesn't talk about is being poor again.
And his family.
Yeah, and his family and his children.
Even some moms, they aren't able to work because their husband or whoever is working, and they think their job is making so much more, they're so much more important. Like, they think all you're good for is taking care of the kids.
That's what you think.
Do you realize how important that job is?
That's like our next generation.
Yeah,
so,
again.
Like, it's like super important to raise children. It's one of the most important jobs in the world, you know? It's just that usually people don't get paid for it, but they found a way to get paid for it.
They do get paid for it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You know?
Also, that doesn't apply to you, Karen. Again, this doesn't apply to you.
Maybe there's some people think you need to stay within your role, but the majority of people don't think that way. There's a lot of moms that work from home, especially these days. A lot of moms are working from home. Karen doesn't understand that grind. But point is, raising kids is one of the most important jobs ever, because it's our next generation. So it's not so much, oh, you're only good for this and this only. No, it's
that's a great thing.
Here, I trust you to raise our children and to bring them up right and to show them the way.
Not that it matters, though. It doesn't apply to her.
Yeah, exactly.
Taking care of the kids, though, is probably one of the hardest jobs in the entire world. Like, holy crap.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, exactly. It's one of the hardest jobs out there. Yes.
But again, Karen, you haven't done it by yourself. You have had nannies, Nani, Kwa. You have had friends.
Yep.
You are not by yourself.
No, exactly. But when it came to Jackson, it was only a very short period of time before Kwa started becoming a stay-at-home parent too.
Yeah, it was a short period.
It was very short.
And they were making a lot of money.
Yeah, they were making a ton of money.
With no work.
No. Literally after he was born, the next year, they were talking about their taxes and they owed like $30,000 in taxes. That means their money was huge.
That means they made a lot of money.
And then the next year, they said they owed their money went from that to $200,000. That's a lot of money.
You made a lot of money.
Yeah.
That you squandered away. How could you not afford your house then?
And it is like that for some women. Like, you become a mom and you're so happy and overjoyed, and then it becomes like a routine where, like, it's still difficult, but you're doing the same thing over and over every day.
Right.
And that gets that drives you insane. So I understand why these people who are stay-at-home moms go insane, and they're just like, craving attention online by talking shit, you know?
When you go outside your home, regardless of kids or not, it's going to be very repetitive. You're going to do the same work and you're going to work a job. Like, you should know this because Qua apparently was miserable living his repetitive and boring routine life working at the restaurant, right? You already know that working outside the house is going to be repetitive. So what the hell are you talking about?
I mean, when I worked at a daycare, repetitive. But also Keren got breaks away from her children.
Keren went to whole ass countries with other kids. So yeah, I get, you know, parenthood can be repetitive and boring and it drives you nuts.
You get what other people don't.
But yes, Keren, it doesn't apply to Keren or Qua because they can just come go as they please because they have multiple people to watch their children for them, which is why you always see them out on the track racing around or out on the boat, out in the jet skis, because they're not watching
always
their
have
kids.
Friends over.
Right?
Some moms are born for this, for just like have a passion for just taking care of the kids all day, and that's amazing. Like, I wish that I mentally could do it, but I can't mentally do the same thing over and over again. I mean, I can, but it's like I want more. I want more out of life. And I want to give more to my kids.
You know, literally gave nothing except for another kid.
Being a mother at home with your kids and taking care of your kids, what do you mean you want more? That is the best thing.
Yeah, you're acting like it's not enough. And I understand, like, maybe you want to find yourself. Kira has said the same thing. Karen has said the same thing. And then look what's happening around them. Like, what has Kira accomplished since her breakup with, like, self-love and finding herself? Nothing. She just screwed over another relationship and friendship. What has Karen accomplished in this time?
To me, in this Karen, she's just fucking mom shaming. I want more than just staying at home with my kids all day.
Right? That's what I'm saying. She's like mom shaming. Yeah, she's mom shaming. Absolutely.
Because you're acting like that's not enough.
I had this time period where I was just like, always mad or always angry. Like, I don't know, angry, but do you know what I mean?
I think you were lonely.
I was lonely, maybe.
How do you not know your feelings?
Because she probably hasn't felt it in a long time, as in when Jackson was a baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Because she hasn't been alone since.
Yeah, that's why exactly. Because she's going to go on this whole thing about how she was really lonely every time she's pregnant and she, like, doesn't wish that was the case. But that really only applies to Jackson because that makes sense.
3 out of the 4.
But the other 3...
And most of Jackson being a baby, she wasn't by herself.
But the other 3, she wasn't by herself. She had her community, she had Qua, she had her friends, she had family.
Yeah,
she wasn't alone.
That Karen didn't have people to watch her kids or didn't have friends who would come over with her and her kids. I'm saying she didn't feel that. I'm saying she did. It's just, it was a short period of time and she's applying it to all of her babies when this has been years.
Yeah, with Jackson, it's understandable. But with all the other ones, like, bro, you have a massive community. You have Qua staying at home with you this time because she was pregnant with Jackson. That wasn't the case. But now it is. With all the other ones, you're making a lot of money. You have your friends, your family, you got people. You get breaks. It's insane that you still feel lonely if you have all that more than anyone.
I don't doubt that she felt that, but it only applies to when she was pregnant with Jackson and had Jackson, because after that point, she wasn't alone.
No, she had more than a lot of other people. Yeah. She got that community that she was craving. There's so many other mothers out there who are lonely and don't have anybody, who don't have friends, who don't have family, who are actually alone, who are with their kid all day. Yeah, exactly.
Or kids
who don't get breaks.
I was always working and I was at home with Jackson, and so that's why I started YouTube. Yeah. Because I wanted something that felt like I had a job.
She says it was with Jackson.
Yeah.
Karen, doesn't matter. It's not applied to Landon, Sutton, or Hanson.
But she's still applying it.
Or Landon Sutton at this point.
She's still considering it as such.
It's not.
Even though I wasn't making money off it, I wanted like a hobby, anything that felt like I had like something to give, you know?
Gave nothing. No information, no education, nothing of substance or any value, nothing at all. Except for,
you wanted to make money.
She said that she wanted to feel like she had a job.
You know, not even a job. Just like, I wanted a community. I wanted someone to want to talk to me. I wanted to help other moms. I wanted to be a part of something. Anything.
I mean, she did that, but obviously, I don't know. Because later on she mentioned something about how Qua basically took over after a point.
So she felt that way, which is valid, makes sense.
Yeah,
but
that makes sense.
Qua took that from her.
And YouTube is the community that took me in when I was so down. And I am so grateful for that.
And she shows her gratitude by constantly lying to people, backstabbing them, trying to get them fired, stalking them, telling their friends and family that that person's a psychopath.
Yeah.
Oh, and trying to scam her community out of money.
I do believe that in the beginning they were grateful because, you know, when I first started watching them, they showed their gratitude like a lot, and I believed them, and I don't know if it was real or if it was fake, whatever it was, but I thought that they really were grateful for it, and now they're entitled.
It's kind of like how Keren used to praise Qua for working so
Yeah,
hard.
she did.
But then it completely stopped a couple years ago. Now Keren gets like all the credit.
This is where we saw more of that.
Yeah, exactly.
Where
like this
she
is where
kind of gave herself credit when she may have started it, yeah, but he's the one who kept it going every day.
Well, in the first podcast episode, they were talking about the Audi, how Keren worked her butt off.
Yeah.
But this was before Kick-Ass was like even a thing. Kick-Ass was just like just launched.
Yeah.
And like what was it? Like
if that.
You raise your kids, okay, that's fine, but you're not doing anything abnormal. You're doing what mothers are supposed to do, which is raise their children.
She got paid for being a mother.
Exactly.
That's what it was.
Exactly.
But she won't admit it.
Right.
And I didn't quite know how to put it into words until just now, but I love being a mom so much that it drives me insane, that it makes me so lonely at times.
This is where she's stating that feeling of being lonely and whatever is applied to all the pregnancies, not just the one. So becoming a mother makes her lonely, being a mother makes her lonely, and it drives her insane. Yet it has given her everything that she wanted and more. It gave her all her goals, all her dreams, all her aspirations, all the materialistic that they wanted, gave them the life that they always wanted to live. But you know, it sucks, guys.
I do also
makes no sense.
Going back to like them, what they would say on their channel too. When I first started watching, they would say, "I can't believe basically we get to make money just living our life." Yeah, exactly. So you paid to be parents. You paid to show your life. That's not lonely either. You had people over constantly.
See, while you're getting paid to live your life and document your life and having people praise you and not being alone, there's other people actually living life, trying to get by, scraping, who, like I said, who are alone, who are struggling, who don't have anybody to back them up.
And I know lonely, you can be lonely and still have people around you, but that's not what she's talking about. She's talking about being lonely as in being alone.
She's only equating her loneliness to being pregnant. It's not just in general. So that kind of debunks that, you know?
So incredibly lonely being a stay-at-home mom. It's insane.
Oh my God, Keren. I get it. But like, again, haven't done it since Jackson was a baby.
Yeah, and all your other kids, you had people watch them, you have nannies, you have grandma, and you have a stay-at-home dad. You have other people to watch your kids for. You get breaks.
You're not alone.
Most parents, most mothers, most stay-at-home mothers who actually do the grind don't get to just leave their kid and go off to another country multiple times.
Yeah.
I wish that I could explain it better, the feeling, but I can't. I don't know how. I don't know how to explain it better than this, but I almost feel guilty for feeling lonely because it's something I love so much, but I just can't help but feel lonely.
See, again, she's applying this to all the pregnancies. She feels lonely, yet she has everyone around her, and it's only within her pregnancy. Or maybe it's because no one's giving her attention. I don't know. Narcissism.
Is she saying like she wants more? Like, because for me, I like to work. I want to work. And I want more to do.
Right. She goes, I want more for my kids. I want to work. But here's the thing: is you made money off of your life. You technically, you say that's work. You say that's how you worked hard. But then by your words here, you act as if it's not working hard.
Yeah. I don't know if it's just me or if every mom goes through this.
Well, no, other moms go through it. It's just that they actually go through it while you don't, because you literally said that you started YouTube not to feel lonely and you needed a community. You wanted to feel like wanted or whatever.
And you built that.
And you built that. And yet, even after you have it and have a massive following, you still feel lonely. Maybe what it is that all the attention and all the material possessions and the grade or whatever just can't feel that empty hole inside of her.
And then after Sutton, I'm done having kids. I can't wait to get my hands on work again. I can't wait.
You were always working.
So excited.
You always worked.
Okay, so why is she saying I can't wait to get my hands on work again when she's always worked?
Yeah, when? By the way, guys, I'm not saying that, parenthood and being a mother isn't work because of this. They're saying that being a mother isn't work because they literally just said Keren always works, right? But she's saying she wants to get back to work. But she was just doing it for 3 years, right? With the kids.
And she didn't do that with Kick-Ass. She didn't work at Kick-Ass.
This is after Sutton. She's had 3 kids. I thought taking care of kids was work. They're saying that motherhood isn't work. They're saying this.
I get wanting something else and wanting to do something else, but Keren, you haven't worked. You worked once a week at Kick-Ass, and there was a morning meeting.
If we're talking about work, like actually going out 9-to-5 work. You didn't do that.
No.
Quad didn't even do it. Maybe back at his restaurant, but
I thought sponsorships, doing YouTube, all that. I thought all that was work.
I know.
You always work.
I know, but once you took over all the vlogs, the editing, that's when I felt like, shit, now what?
So as in, Keren got her community because she felt lonely. And by the way, this is probably also another sign that they don't talk to each other. Go figure. Because she would have said something, but Qua wanted to capitalize and make money, which is why the next year after he took over, they made KKandbabyJ a business. It's there. You can check it out. I can do a better job. Right? He's like, I can do a better job and we can produce more. So he took Keren's community away that helped her loneliness, apparently. The soulmates, Qua took that away from her. Yeah.
Now you have nothing else to do?
Well, not that I have nothing else to do because I still vlog with you every day and everything, and the kids and everything, but I just felt like I want something for me and to do something on my own and everything like that.
You did have another channel where you can create your own content.
You could have done it yourself. It's like a thing where you have to edit your own videos on your own channel. Yeah, I'm actually surprised she didn't milk like more baby stuff on her personal channel this time, but she's just too damn lazy to do it. Yeah, I'm glad she didn't. You had your own channel. You could have done it. She wanted kick-ass. She wanted multiple partners, so they would do most of the work, and they did do most of the work. But they still needed Keren to make it successful, and that's why it went down.
I get why you wanted to talk about after set now, because now you have the opportunity.
Now I have the opportunity, and everyone's like, "You've changed. I liked you.
They liked you as a full-time mom.
Yes,
is what it is."
That's not why they're saying you changed. That's not why. No, you started showing who you really are. That's what they're saying.
The mask
That's what they mean by you changed. Started showing your materialistic.
She did have the opportunity to do something, but like we said, Quad took it away from her.
Yeah, I know.
To make money because he's a greedy.
I get now why after Sutton. You guys really don't talk.
No, they don't.
You guys are apparently soulmates. You can't even tell how she's feeling. You're such a.
I don't think he cares.
They're both so to each other.
Right.
They don't know anything about each other.
No, they don't.
Yeah, which I understand.
And as a full-time mom, everything you want is for your children. Only for your children. And people love seeing that. I mean, people love seeing, parents taking care of their kids. It's a warm, nice thing to see.
Yeah, and then the next vlog will be like something sexual and inappropriate, or Keren being a real C next Tuesday, flipping Qua off on camera, and then yelling about her STDs.
They also stopped liking it because, yes, you stopped showing that. Why did they follow you in the first place? You can't just make a channel based off of one thing and then change it. I mean, I'm not saying like keep having babies. I'm just saying like that's why people followed you, because of the motherhood stuff, because of all that stuff.
And being relatable.
That's why you don't make a channel based off of your children.
You're backpacking off of them, which means you can't hold the channel on your own.
But now you have the opportunity to want things for yourself now. And work for yourself. And people think that that's negative because it's not for the children. They have to understand that you've never got the opportunity to do that.
So he just said that Keren never had the opportunity to make money for her children. Yet earlier he said that YouTube was an opportunity to make money for the children. So again, which is it? Is it work or is it not work?
He also said before that she was a full-time mom. She's not a full-time mom.
No, she's not a full-time.
Not a full-time mom.
No, she's not a full-time mom. She's not even a part-time mom, man. They have like 5 nannies.
And it's not like I've stopped caring for my children either.
Oh my gosh, we care more for them. Like imagine, like however much they think we care about ourselves, they should just know we care about our children infinity times more.
But you care about material possessions and money more than your children because you put it over your children when you got yourself into financial debt.
You risk their home, risk their stability. Just because you guys wanted to be selfish and you wanted to spend money.
They literally admitted, and again, we'll get to this, and it's all in the podcast, man, but they literally admitted that they bought one of those Audis. They were supposed to return an Audi to pay off their debts, but Keren wanted another car, so they deliberately chose to buy a car and buy a boat a few months later instead of putting that money into what was owed, which really screwed them over. While also knowing and being informed by their accountant, all of their moves, the house and all the other cars were a bad move. So even after all that, they deliberately chose to avoid paying their debts and to get themselves into even more trouble.
They couldn't even afford the house. They put all that at risk because they wanted a party house.
And that's who Keren and Qua are. They will always put money and their greed and material possessions over their children. Anyways, all you jealous haters does about it. Let us know what you guys think down below. We'll have another one out, I don't know, maybe in a week or two. Thanks all for joining. Like I said, comment down below, like the video if you enjoyed, and we'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye.